There's a huge universe out there.
Does the Super Mario Galaxy movie deliver the fast-paced, crowd-pleasing action of its 2023 predecessor? We'll give you the details on how the story, animation, characters, and more stack up to the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and whether or not it's worth your ticket to the cinemas.
We gotta get everyone out of here! Go, go, go!
How did we get here? With its spellbinding animation, energized action, and faithfulness to the gaming icons who have dominated the zeitgeist for decades, 2023's The Super Mario Bros. Movie was a universal crowd pleaser. Of course, there was a lonely planet of critics who argued the film emphasized style over substance and bowed to fandom with an onslaught of references. But at the end of the day, Illumination understood the assignment.
If you can finish this, you're coming with me. Watch and learn.
The studio's knack for fast-paced slapstick and colorful set pieces translated well to a cinematic platformer, delivering expressive character animation and a sense of scale that made us feel the vastness of this world without feeling like an extended cutscene. However, the first film only scratched the surface.
Goodbye, Mario.
We have to get home!
The Super Mario Galaxy movie takes the characters beyond the cosmos to a casino that defies the laws of physics, a spaceport with a familiar anthropomorphic fox, and a hub world where Rob the Robot proves even slower than a sloth from Zootopia.
If you require assistance, you can find me at the information desk. I am Rob.
The sequel is about as much fun as its predecessor, even if it has some of the same shortcomings. The story for what it is.
You can't catch the wind!
I just kinda did.
It was a metaphor!
Once again, the plot plays like a typical Mario platformer. As a princess is incarcerated, a jailbreak is staged for a tiny Bowser. What ensues is basically an excuse to launch from one action sequence and in-joke to another. There isn't much depth along the way, which one could argue is customary in any Mario game.
Behold! I made a masterpiece for Princess Peach. What do you think?
Love the colors!
On the other hand, there are a handful of Mario games with compelling stories and character arcs. I recently played the Switch remake of Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, which still holds up with fleshed-out supporting characters and some surprisingly tear-jerking moments. Then again, Illumination isn't adapting one of the Mario RPGs. It's a Mario Galaxy movie, and the film does capture the infectious spirit of those games. Crafting the cosmos. The Super Mario Galaxy movie is beautifully crafted, sprinkling in plenty of 8-bit details for fans to track down amid state-of-the-art animation. The film not only looks dazzling, but it sounds fantastic too, with a mix of nostalgic sound design and music. While composer Brian Tyler borrows more than a few notes that longtime gamers will immediately recognize, his original compositions are also in sync with the sound that the great Koji Kondo pioneered decades ago. Although the story may be simple, the 70-piece orchestra injects a gravitas that makes you feel as if you're drifting through a sea of stars, or speedrunning through an obstacle course to the final boss. In terms of sights and sounds, there's never a dull moment.
Princess Rosalina, you're coming with me!
The voice acting. For all the flack Chris Pratt got when he was first announced as Mario's voice actor, he was serviceable enough in the role. Something similar can be said about Charlie Day's Luigi, Anya Taylor-Joy's Peach, and Brie Larson, who makes her debut here as Princess Rosalina.
Once upon a time, there was a brave and noble princess named Peach.
I want to hear the story about the plumbers.
We did that one last night.
While the aforementioned aren't doing any award-worthy voice work, there are a few standouts among the cast. Perhaps the most unexpected is Donald Glover as Yoshi. When it was announced that Glover had been cast as Mario's loyal green dino, I thought at some point Yoshi would start talking like Troy Barnes, or at least sing an R&B song. Glover's delivery is spot on though, as if he's been preparing for this role his entire life.
Who is this? Yoshi.
Come on.
As the marketing revealed at the 11th hour, Glenn Powell voices Fox McCloud, and the Top Gun star fully commits. It's clear that Illumination is laying the groundwork for a Smash Brothers crossover, but let's get Powell his own Star Fox spin-off first. The scene stealer is once again Jack Black's Bowser, who's also weirdly the most complex character. The captive Bowser almost seems to be developing Stockholm Syndrome, taking a liking to Luigi, whom he ironically imprisoned in the previous movie. His feelings on Mario remain mixed, to put it mildly, however. The flame is reignited in the Koopa King with the arrival of Bowser Jr., voiced by Benny Safdie, and what turns out to be a dementedly touching father-son story. Sorry, Mario and Luigi, but Bowser and his son are this movie's real power duo.
The Bowser name shall be feared once more!
Oh no!
The pacing. As much as I enjoyed the first movie, there were several instances where the pacing could have slowed down, allowing certain moments to sink in.
Is this what you came for?
I love you, DK!
The same goes for the sequel. There's an intriguing subplot with Bowser being torn between teaming up with Mario or causing mayhem beside his offspring. It paves the way for some funny moments, but Bowser's internal conflict could have been explored further. It's neat seeing characters like Wart and Birdo pop up, but they're introduced only to quickly disappear. At first, I thought maybe the filmmakers were setting up Wart to be the film's big bad, requiring the Mario Brothers and Bowser family to join forces. The film doesn't go this route, but the final act is a spectacle nonetheless. Without going too deep into spoilers, there's also a twist involving two characters. Let's just say that it's a moment that a lot of Mario fans have been waiting for since the original Galaxy game came out almost 20 years ago. It is satisfying seeing this moment come to fruition after all this time. What should be an emotional payoff, though, feels rushed. In fact, by the time we got to the climax, I found myself saying, "Really? We're at the last level already?" It's better for a film to fly by rather than constantly leave you looking at your watch. Regardless, the movie could have used an extra 10 minutes to flesh out some of these revelations and relationships.
Stay close.
Final verdict. If you weren't an admirer of the original film, the Super Mario Galaxy movie likely isn't going to change your mind. Like the first movie though, the sequel knows who its target audience is, and that audience is quite sizable. This is another love letter to Nintendo lore that earns its place on the silver screen with dynamic animation that makes you feel as if you're playing a game without even picking up a controller. New additions to the cast, especially Safdie's Bowser Jr., help to distinguish the sequel from its predecessor, even if some of the same issues remain, namely the rushed pacing. It might not be the deepest animated feature you watch this year, but nobody can say the film doesn't get Mario right. My final score? 7 out of 10 superstars.
Anyway, I need my 8 hours or else I really turn into a monster.
Do you think this Mario Brothers installment was a fast-paced good time, or were you hoping for a little more substance? Let us know in the comments.